Hi, good morning. I thought we had a great class last night, and I wanted to just touch base with you quickly this morning um, to kind of make sure that we're all on the same page. I know we ran out of time last night in the middle of a discussion about the budget and resource development paper, so I just wanted to remind everyone or let everyone know that that due date has been pushed back to March 8th. March 8th is spring break week, but you have that week. You can work on it if you want. If you want to turn it in early, that's okay too. And as I said last night, it's about the process, so I need you to show me that you've thought about all the various elements of budgeting and budget development and resource development. So included in your paper, which I'm saying 7 pages, but if it's a little longer or a little less, we'll say 5 to 10. In that, you can put in an RFA or RFP, a request for proposal, or a snippet of that. If you have a 50-page request for proposal, please don't put it all in, but maybe an overview of what the grant is, and then talk about how you would fill in the grant. So as I said last night, what I want you to do is to make sure you show me that you've created a budget, you know how to create a budget, you know how to think about the different pieces of the budget, and you know how to go and find a grant, and that you have some concept of what the grant process looks like. You don't create a grant, you do that in a whole other class. This is just to identify resources that are out there. Now you might also notice that for 1 week I've put in the resource development in module 17 way at the bottom. I've put an example of a RFA and a grant that I have recently written. So if you want to peek at those are there. And as you can see in those, the budget alone takes something like 4 pages, and then the justification is another page. So that's just an idea of what I'm looking for. It's nothing to stress over. It's just part of being an administrator is understanding the budgeting and resource development process. And so I just want to make sure that you have a chance to do that. Also, I wanted to let you know I just put up the discussion question for this week, and what I need you to do, there's a couple steps. First, I want you to think about your own ideas of what's important to you in a job, and so you'll look at page 130 in your, I think it's page 130 in your text, and you can identify which of those, which of those items are important to you, just to sort of help you start thinking about what's important to people in terms of employee motivation. And then I want you to also think about strengths that you bring to the table. Now, there's the book Strengths Finder 2.0. Cost about $11 to $15 depending on where you get it. You can also just get the code online from the Strengths Finder website. And if you want to find out your strengths, it's a really cool tool that gives you a lot of insight into your own strengths. If you don't want to spend the money this time, by the way, that's a class we use for the coaching course. So if you're planning on taking that, you're going to have to buy the book anyway. So that's an option for you, but that's not taught this summer. That's the summer after. And if not, just start thinking about your strengths and go to some websites. And then what I want you to do is thinking about strengths, thinking about Covey, thinking about what you want out of a job. You need to come up with a case study where you think, where you know, a quick case study where you can apply that. So here's the situation. I like the show The Office. I think it's a fun show, but Michael, the boss, is I would say he's not in sync with Toby, the HR, their human resources person. So that would be my case study, is to kind of look at Toby's strengths, what's Toby bringing to the table, and think about Covey's habits, maybe what I, as the boss, or Michael's position, what could I do to rework Toby's position so that he's more satisfied, so that his job is, so that I'm recognizing his strengths. And so I would just kind of talk for a paragraph or two. So you're identifying your own, and then you're applying those concepts to a case study. And then my last little thing I wanted to let you know is that I have taken off the midterm evaluation. So you do not have to complete that. I'm just going to have you do a final evaluation. So when you, and by evaluation I mean that self-evaluation where you go through, you tell me what you've done. Since I moved the human resource paper back a week. I think it just made it too crowded. And so long as you're doing your work, you should be fine by the end of the semester. If you want to turn in a midterm, you can, the evaluation you can, but you sure don't have to. So I have removed that. If you still want to turn one in, you can send me an email and or put it on need help, and I will make sure to open that link back up. But at this point, I think it's not necessary. We'll just go ahead and turn it in at the end of the course. It's the same document. It's just you would turn in half of it now and the other half later. So instead, I'm just going to have you turn everything in at the end when things are a little less crazy. So I won't see you next week. It's spring break. So have a good time filling in all of your discussion question this week and finishing your paper. And I'll see you soon. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.